Everybody doing?
I'm good, Serge. How you doing?
Great Sunday afternoon.
That is. Oh, and it looks like it's working now.
Oh, it's finally working. Okay.
Sorry for the slight delay, folks, but everything should be going smooth right now. So if this is your first time joining us, well, this is our first show, so congratulations in finding us. The purpose of this show is to discuss movies, right?
Yep.
So we're here, each weekend it seems like a huge movie comes out, and I feel like people want to discuss but don't really have a platform to do it.
Okay.
You might send out a tweet, but wouldn't it be nice if there was a show dedicated to, getting your voice out?
Yeah, we can have discussions about opinions about the movie.
That's right. So, yeah, essentially that's what the show is. You guys, can tweet at us, as soon as you see the movie or, hit us up on Instagram or Facebook. We got all the socials. And, send us your comments and we'll, read them off live on the show. And also we got the live stream going. So, you guys can, you can comment on the live stream.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So we're going to wrap up the summer with the top movies of the summer?
That's right. I saw a ton of movies this summer. I used and abused my movie pass.
I used and abused it too until they took it away from us.
That's right. So yeah, so we're gonna take it all the way back to Avengers: Infinity War, and then just work our way forward, and just do a little recap.
Infinity Wars was my favorite movie of the summer, by far.
Even though it came out in April.
Yep.
Well, the original release date was in May, which would be considered summer season. So, it getting shifted around, that tends to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Infinity War was pretty great. Like, it would be my favorite movie of the summer as well. If it landed properly. But we're including it in the show because it's such a big event. It's hard not to include it in the summer, A lot of other shows are doing that.
They were getting a head start,
So I looked up some comments. Some people said, Kent Taylor said, how the hell does Tony Stark take that Thanos Infinity War punch? His brains would be squirting out of his ears. And don't say the suit protects him, as that is Bullock's.
I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, and it had a gif of Thanos punching Tony Stark, and you could see his head whip back, and
his head should have flown off.
Right. Like, even though the suit looks cool and can do everything, I much prefer the all-metal suits, Like, especially the piecemeal flying one from Iron Man 3. It always came to him in pieces,
Yeah.
At one point, he only had a boot and a glove.
Yeah. So now he's using, nanotechnology.
Right. And someone replied to Kent, enough of that now. Andy Glider said, honestly, Kent, it's almost like the concept of real-world human biomechanics has no place in a film about a man in a robot suit fighting an alien.
Well, yeah, it's all fiction.
Well, that brings up a bigger topic, though. Like, can you have, these kind of discussions about movies? Do you nitpick, or...
It has to break the whole reality thing, It's a movie. It's entertaining.
Right.
But yeah, he should have blown his head off.
See, for me, I think that if a movie's generally good, things are working, the characters are well fleshed out and the story's working, that those kind of things you just let go and have fun.
Yep.
There's so many people who will defend a movie that has problems by saying, "Oh, just turn your brain off," and yeah, every single movie, you look at it too closely, it falls apart. You know?
There's always loopholes.
Right, because they're trying to cover so much ground in so little a time. You know, movies used to be an hour and a half, but even these 3-hour movies, I mean, how many characters were in Infinity War?
I don't know. A long list. Not to mention all the Easter eggs and like a lot of things in there.
Well, there's a lot less now.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of like post-credit show, the point is you should have already seen the movies that we're going to discuss each week.
Spoiler alert.
Right. I don't want to say spoiler alert every single episode, though.
It's given, you know.
Yeah, well, we might just put up a little sign or put it in the credits or something.
Yeah.
You know, spoilers included.
This is a discussion.
Right. Like, it's not a review show per se, you know. It's more about, like, you know, thoughts on the movies versus, like, general goodness, general badness, you know.
Yep.
We're not Siskel and Ebert. We're not trying to do thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up.
And then Kent Taylor, he said, I know what you mean. When he threw that moon at him, that kind of made sense. He survived, but that one hefty punch, nah, I'm kind of talking myself out of this now, ain't I?
Yep.
Yeah. But that was pretty sweet when he threw the moon at him. Like, and that's the thing, too. Like, these fights, you know, it's just like cool visuals upon cool visuals, you know?
Yeah, they got the CGI down. Like, it's really good.
Right. The CGI is almost a given for these movies. But, like, I think Avengers has earned a great many shortcuts, you know? They've put in so many movies, you know, that just throwing a character in there, you know... Like, the few new characters they introduced in Infinity War were, the sub-bad guys, the children of Thanos. And they were pretty interesting, too. You know, the guy referred to as Squidward definitely stands out. He's just like, shh.
Oh, my God. They're just going to branch out all those characters.
Well, it's funny. Like, it looks like in the trailers for... Captain Marvel, they're bringing back what's that guy? The bad guy from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he's a very forgettable bad guy, but he wasn't fleshed out terribly in Guardians of the Galaxy, so they're bringing him back, it seems, for Captain Marvel, maybe to give him, you know, some more fleshing out, some backstory. So yeah, I mean, Marvel, I think, knows what it's doing.
My favorite thing about the movie was the Spider-Man as soon as it turned into like Iron Man. So they had to like take that limit, you know, they had to extend something for the fans just to get them in, you know.
Right. Well, you can't show the Iron Spider suit in Homecoming and then not use it.
Right.
I think that was well used because, you know, they're probably not going to bring it back again. You know, he's going to be in a more normal suit. But it's funny, like, the people bring up online all the time, this is the sort of thing that I assume we'd see in our comments, is they don't like that Spider-Man got an Iron Man suit. We already have an Iron Man.
Right.
Like, what are you...
what are you doing? Like,
right. So, see, for me, Spider-Man... is always by himself, you know? So him talking to an AI, that's not so bad.
I mean, I like Spider-Man because he would go rogue, you know? He would just put on a costume and then shoot. That's
right.
It. But, like, now he has, like, an Iron Man suit. Now he's, like, super powerful. And, so it's like, you know, they're pushing it.
I love the part where he's saving Doctor Strange and he doesn't know he has the mechanical legs and they just deploy.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know if one of the edits of the movie had the Karen voice, you know?
Yeah.
Because Friday is barely in Infinity War, Tony's AI voice. He's like, Friday, give me some more juice. And then Friday's like, where would you like it delivered? Would you like any more groceries? But no, Friday just gave him a bigger booster on his feet. Right. But yeah, a lot of people don't care for, Spider-Man having basically an Iron Man suit. And I think it's fine for this iteration. Like, you saw Sony, didn't know what to do with Spider-Man in its second reboot. Like, it had some troubles. And I feel like that just giving it that little help, like, it makes sense that Tony Stark would make him a suit, I like the really crummy one too, and I loved how they brought it back for Homecoming, the crummy hoodie suit.
But that was I don't know. To me, that was the best part of the movie.
The Iron Spider.
The Iron Man Spider.
I love Spider-Man. I mean, I am so excited for the animated movie coming out, Into the Spider-Verse.
That's this December.
Is it December?
Is it?
I thought it was sooner, but
I thought it was for Christmas. I don't know.
I think it was.
Well, we'll look it up later.
We'll look it up later.
Okay.
Or you guys will tell us in the comments.
Okay. So we did Infinity War.
Right.
Was my second favorite movie. It was probably Deadpool 2.
Yeah, Deadpool 2, solid entry. And apparently we'll get to see it again.
Why? Why are they making it a PG-13, Ronnie?
Yeah, so Disney, probably it was Disney, decided, hey, we're cutting a PG-13 version already for their live stream, because everything on the Disney thing is probably going to be PG-13 or lower. So they're, people want a way, where are they going to lump in Deadpool 2? They throwing it on Hulu doesn't seem to make sense. I think they want it badly for the Disney live stream, so they're already making the PG-13, and they looked at all the other movies coming out in Christmas. Like there's Immortal Engines coming out like the 14th, and Bumblebee's coming out the 21st, and Aquaman. And Mary Poppins Returns. All those. So Disney was going to be competing against itself. They had Alita Battle Angel going. But yeah. I think we're okay.
Okay.
But yeah, Alita Battle Angel was supposed to be the 21st as well, but they thought there's way too much competition. Let's push that back, and let's push back Dark Phoenix as well, because Dark Phoenix got a really strong reaction from China when they dropped the trailer.
Well, Dark Phoenix is going to be a big hit.
Yeah, it seemed like Disney's worried about it, but if China's interested, they want to give it its best shot. So they moved it to when the Chinese have more time to watch movies.
And when is that?
Not Christmas.
Not Christmas. Okay. Okay.
But yeah.
When is the Dark Phoenix coming out?
I think August.
August.
So they're giving it more time in case they need to tweak it even more. They've done a bunch of reshoots apparently. So they moved that back. Alita Battle Angel's been moved back. Like all the Fox stuff seems to be moved back, and then Deadpool 2 this Christmas as a PG-13, and the promotional photo they have is directly spoofing The Princess Bride. An adult Fred Savage is sitting in a bed, and Deadpool in a Christmas hat is reading him a story, and it's like cartoons of like Juggernaut.
Yeah. That was the best scene I thought from Deadpool 2 is when the Juggernaut came out.
I enjoyed the Juggernaut, and I wish it was the red helmet.
Well, he was orange, right? He was like gray?
He was gray.
He was gray.
Yeah, he had the gray helmet. I wish it was the red one. We've yet to see the red helmet. Like, I like that he was in the helmet the entire time, couldn't even see his face. And I liked how his scale, like, you know, like his fists were just
He
like,
was humongous.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked it too. I was just unhappy that he got taken out by Colossus. Colossus could not take out the Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, yeah, and other things about Deadpool 2, the best scene for me was the skydiving scene.
Where everybody dies on the...
Oh, spoiler! No, okay. That's half the point of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just amazing. Like, they introduced all these characters, and the first time you're watching it, it's not terribly obvious that they're not going to make it.
Yeah, you think they are gonna evolve those characters,
right?
They're gonna come out.
Like, even though you've never heard of these characters except for Domino, I've actually heard of Domino before, but yeah, I had no idea where it was going.
Yeah, I didn't expect them all to die right there.
And then it was like a cameo by Brad Pitt. I'm wondering if that was a stock photo from Fight Club or something.
I don't know.
Like, he looked pretty rugged for the brief second the Vanisher appeared. Maybe the wind can't blow what it can't see.
Oh my god.
Oh, and then the vomit acid guy completely takes out the normal guy.
You're not the first one to tell me. A lot of people like that scene.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, what I read on the comments, general consensus was that it wasn't as great as the first or just as good. Some people really enjoyed it. Some people are they wish that they really reinvented it. I thought the scenes were still just as inventive. The first one, they had cost limitations and they used it to their advantage. It's they're on that highway for half the movie, intercutting with, his origin story. And then they only give him 12 bullets,
Yeah.
And then later on he has no bullets and just 2 swords,
Well, I think they took a lot of the staples from the first movie and restapled the second one with the same staples.
Right.
That's what I felt.
It worked the first time, and I think that's why the director walked away. I think partially that and partially because he wanted more money. Okay, I made you a cheap one. Let's do an expensive one.
Yeah.
But it was kind of neat, seemed like they're making the same joke that there's never anybody here in the X-Men mansion. You can't afford it, and then there's the entire cast.
Yeah, they come out for a second. Yeah. What did you think of Cable? Because Cable was definitely super cool with the shield, and he has the cape hanging over his shoulder.
Yeah, and I loved the look of it. Someone posted online, it looked like Gordon Ramsay won an arm wrestling match with the Terminator.
Yeah.
But I love it when they finally show it. It looks like that the robotics is taking over his body. I think in the comics that's how it is. He has some sort of nanovirus that's slowly turning him into a robot.
Yeah.
And it's only his psychic powers that are holding it back.
Yeah.
But eventually it will consume him or something.
Yeah. Definitely very good character.
Yeah, and I actually read through the entire run of Deadpool and Cable comics, and I knew about how cool Deadpool and Cable was, but even in the comics they get rid of Cable several times, and so it just became Deadpool and it would say Cable, but they cross it out and put Wolverine, Deadpool and cross it out, somebody,
I mean, to me, Cable is super cool, but I guess Deadpool is the bread and butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and you saw Upgrade.
Yeah. Upgrade was kind of a very repetitive movie to me. What do you think?
It was a surprise. We went in not knowing nothing about that movie. I don't even remember seeing a trailer for it.
I definitely didn't know anything about it.
Right. So it was a nice surprise, you know. Like it reminds me of like other action movies that surprise, like Hardcore Henry, like just low budget, but they have a very unique take on like the visuals, you know, and it's a nice surprise, you know.
It was like a lot of story about AI, you know, like
Right. Yeah.
merging with humans and all that.
Yeah.
Like,
And I don't know. I found it enjoyable.
I thought it was fun to watch too, but you know, as an original story, I don't think it was an original story, but I liked it.
But yeah.
I think those were the top 3-4 movies.
Well, what about Jurassic World?
Well, Jurassic World was a very fun movie. I love the CGI on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with most of these blockbusters, you can count on the visuals being great. Like sometimes they're not, you know, perfectly done. I'm going to stop the stream for a second and then start it up again. I believe I know how to do that.